M0FXB iRadio UV-98 or the Radtel 880. Just going to explain how you use HF mode. So the first thing you do is press the bottom button here. HF mode uses the middle antenna. It's receive only, but it does allow you to select upper sideband, lower sideband, CW, where you cannot in the normal mode. So once you're in HF mode, you need to take notice of the small white arrow just here. So at the moment it's next to the frequency. So in this we can actually type a frequency. So we can go let's go 14 and then 555. Okay, and we've now selected that. We can change the mode. At the moment we're in lower sideband. Just a brief press on the hash. And that sometimes it will reset, but that's upper sideband, CW, and lower sideband. Now, if we move this arrow around, we can change things. So if we move it to channel, and and I have made a video pre-storing some channels, you can go through channels that you've pre-stored. So we've just gone down there to 80 meters, and you can name them. You'll probably have Chinese writing here, but don't worry, you can rename that. The other thing is, as you press the star, you move the white arrow. So look, at the moment, we can change the step. So we select the green, like so. Is it going to let us select? Yeah, you just go up and down with the arrow. So look, if we go to 10K, select it. Looking at it, you don't have to select it, okay? You just change it, so like so, and then we can just keep moving the star. If we move the star back to where the frequency was and start going up and down, we're moving in 10 kilohertz spaces. So if we go down to the band here, we can do the bandwidth, 3 and 4 kilohertz, okay? That's for listening. Press again. Now this is the fine tune. The BFO is the fine tune, okay? And we can move this down. So like so, up and down. And then press again the star, back to the frequency. We could type in, say, 7, and then 150. And there we are, we're now on 7.150, 40 meters. We can change, we're on lower sideband, which is fine, but we can change the upper sideband, a CW, LSB. So the main thing is the star, the channels, and the fact that you can type in here. Now, if you come out by pressing the orange button, you're not going to be able to ever select upper sideband, lower sideband. You're only going to be able to select AM or FM, but it would only transmit on FM. With the new firmware that's come out, the 1.05, it's now allowing us to mix the work range. So you can put a CB frequency in the A band, and then 70 and 2 meters. B and C, where before you had to select the range here. Now you'll see that the range says 64.620. okay, that's not the range really, because we've got this in with the new firmware. And what you do, you turn it off, hold down the down arrow, and turn it on with the new firmware. I've made a video loading the new firmware with the passwords, and that's your normal mode. And if we turn it off and watch what it says when it boots up, we're holding the down arrow. Full band tuning. It just means that it allows us to mix and match instead of having to change what you call the work range, which if you go in the basic settings, select and go down to work range. There it is, there, work range. Before we had to select these, okay? With the new firmware you don't. Also with the new firmware, if you hold, when you put the band scope on, if we hold down, I've set it a shortcut for the band scope. Now if you press and hold the hash, you've got scanning mode and you've got monitor mode, so you can actually now hear what you're receiving, but you can't use the waterfall when you're in HF mode, only in radio mode. But it's still very handy that they've done that. So hopefully that shows you how to use HF mode. Thanks. There's obviously new firmware coming out. iRadio are going to bring out their own firmware. There's GPS models coming out with APRS. You've got a new menu now. If you go basic settings down to extend menu, like so, you'll see you've now got GPRS and APRS, but you do need to have purchased a radio that has that. So unfortunately, many of us are going to be wishing we held out for the GPS model, but oh well, buy another one. They're well worth it. My other one would be the Radtel one, because then I'll have one of each. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel 73. All the best.